Hello, I'm Jacob. You're watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, and I am somewhere in Arkansas, and I want to talk to you about prepping for a road trip. I believe that as time has gone on, basic preparations have become not commonplace, and what used to be common sense has become prepping. And that's what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about this specifically from COVID era 2020 and what's happening politically during this time. So we've got a basic car loadout here, and there's a few things that I think people should consider that quite possibly they don't. I have a lot of water up front for us to drink in bottles, but it's wise to also keep at least a gallon in your car. This could be emergency drinking water, or it could be emergency engine water. And I have actually found myself in that situation before where I needed a quick fix to get me somewhere for a more permanent fix. And that quick fix was brought to me by duct tape. Carry some good stuff. Don't go cheap on your duct tape. I had some duct tape from a company called Berry Plastics, and it was the literal worst duct tape ever. I mean, it was completely useless. And of course, to do other emergency work, you need a full toolkit. I'm not going to bust mine out and show you what I brought or give you recommendations for what you should bring. I'm not a mechanic, but you should certainly at least have a set of wrenches, a set of sockets, a ratchet, pliers, a crescent wrench, screwdrivers, Torx keys, Allen heads, and probably electrical tape and more duct tape. Another thing that recently I found that I thought was pretty cool is this filter. Portable fuel filter. I bought this at either Advanced or AutoZone or something like that. I'm sure it's going to be pretty easy to find if you type in Flow Tool or something like that. It's got this filter in it, and it will filter out a certain amount of water in the bottom there, as well as debris. So if you're on the go and you can only get some crap fuel in a bad situation, this would be awfully handy. And I've been in a few situations where I could only get crap fuel. It's not very common in the USA, but it can happen. And of course, we're in times where an emergency could be a very real happening, especially with how crazy things are right now. All right, and I can't have fuel in here, guys. I don't know if that will be obvious to some of you. Like, I'm sure someone will be like, man, I'd have 300 gallons of gas in the back. Now, look, I'm on a road trip. I can't be smelling fuel fumes the entire way, but if I had a trailer or a truck bed or something outside, I would certainly say carry some fuel. Somewhere in here I have 5 quarts of oil as well. That's buried down in there. And the last thing that I have is my fight bag. Ow. That was very uncomfortable. Alright, so this is the fight bag. Now this is much different than the normal R&R or recon and resistance bag that I normally talk about for Patriots. And it's also much different than a bug out bag. Typically, you would see on this channel, I'm mostly a bushcraft channel, I would say, you would see me talk about something like this Hidden Woodsman bag on the bottom here, this Hidden Woodsman day ruck, loaded out with a tarp and some food and water and fire gear and survival gear for the family, maybe a sleeping bag, sleeping pad, etc. However, in today's day and age, I believe that it's more likely to find yourself in downtown Somalia, Black Hawk Down, driving on your road trip through a big city in a peaceful, non-violent BLM rally than you are to find yourself hiding from the government somewhere or having to hoof it on foot a long distance or anything like that. So basically, what we've got is a Hidden Woodsman Possibles pouch here with some sustainment and bushcraft type gear. I'll go over that in a second. This is a custom knife from Night Knife Company, or Night Knife Co. It's not a company, but in case I just screwed up that name, I will put it in the line here. Actually, I'll just put it in the description box below. Custom knife made here in Kentucky. I'm really enjoying it. This is the Takedown AR. This is a 10.5-inch barreled AR pistol. And what allows it to be stored so small is this Leo takedown collar that lets me remove the barrel, and the Deadfoot Arms SCW pistol brace. This is actually a pistol brace and buffer assembly and BCG altogether. Is the shortest buffer tube assembly that money can buy, and it's built on a Palmetto premium upper with FN forged barrel and BCM handguard. And then we've got our war belt. Pouches are from ATS Tactical. This is their horizontal pouch, which I like. Their 3-mag pouch, high speed gear, IFAC. This is on a Gadsden Dynamics war belt, which I had custom done in Swiss Alpenflage. Not that you can really see it. And then we've got a AR Armor Freeman plate carrier that I'll do a review on shortly. And so this isn't really a bag that you bust out and you're immediately fighting. There's a little bit of thought process and preparation that needs to go into this. I was able to take this out on the beach with me and not attract any attention. But if I found myself downtown in, like I said, a Somalia type setup where I need to leave the vehicle and be armed and ready and protect my family from mobs of BLM and Antifa, you know, we can throw what is essentially a fighting rifle together, throw on a kit and a plate carrier, and be fairly well prepared for the fight. As I'll talk to you later in the video, obviously this is only possible because I already EDC a fighting pistol, mag, and tourniquet. So the age-old adage, a pistol is to fight your way to the rifle. Well, in this scenario, you have to fight your way to safety, and then you have what you need to get set up. In the survival kit from the Hidden Woodsman, we've got a fishing kit, an Exotac rip spool for repairs, a backup fighting flashlight. So in my pocket is the Surefire Stiletto, but in here this is the Surefire Tactician. I would say that this is the superior fighting flashlight due to its brightness and ease of use and toughness, whereas I believe the Stiletto is the superior everyday carry fighting flashlight because it's thinner, lighter, stays in the pocket better, and has both fighting light and utility options. Also, we have just a Bic lighter and Essie Gibson pinch right here. Also, kind of on point unexpectedly, I like to carry some silver, and as we can see at the moment with what's going on, our monetary value, money is being totally devalued with stores no longer accepting coins right now, and it's only a matter of time before they stop accepting cash, which means that if you don't have access to electronic funds or you don't want to be tracked, you need to look at doing some bartering. Now, I've chosen silver here instead of gold. The reason for that is, you know, I think it's 2.5 grams of gold, a tiny little sliver is like 250 bucks. I don't want to trade 250 bucks for, say, a loaf of bread, whereas a 1/4 ounce of silver, especially one that's kind of cool that someone might want because of the company that makes it or the look of it, might be a better trade. This silver here is from Mutiny Metals. Obviously, I enjoy collecting silver bullion from them. When you collect artistic silver bullion, you're paying for more than just the silver bullion itself. The guy goes through and makes this stuff, so you're not going to get it at spot price. You're not going to get normal silver at spot price either. But I believe it could be worth it if you can sell it because of the aesthetic. And then these were actually my birthday gift from my dad. Some really on-point silver bullion, a Kraken, and doggone Silverbug Island. I don't know what my thing is with Krakens. I don't do anything with the ocean, but man, they hold my fantasy. So this little kit is kind of a sustainment pouch, and what you see here is essentially an entire, wow, my flashlight appears to have been on for forever. By the way, Cloud Defensive makes, I haven't taken this to a class yet. I will shortly. I have so much faith in this light. Like, I freaking love this thing. Video will be coming on that shortly as well. But anyways, so essentially what would have been a bug out bag has been condensed down into a hidden woodsman survival pouch, kind of a sustainment pouch, because in our current day and age, I believe survival needs are changing, and they could change right back in an instant, but that's the time we're living in right now. Also, we have some more quick clot here. That's in addition to what's in the doggone IFAC, as well as tourniquets and other things. And I do, like I said earlier, carry a tourniquet on my person, but we've got some more quick clot sponge here. If you don't know about clotting agents, do some research. You need to get the latest and greatest, because the old stuff could very well kill you. Now, I was able to bring this fight bag. Ideally, you'd put it in a less conspicuous bag. This bag doesn't look very tactical in its construction. It's a hidden woodsman bag, a day ruck that I like very much. It's a bushcraft style bag, but the Cryptek Highlander camo pattern does look slightly military to someone who doesn't know any better. Not the best idea, but if you had it in a smarter bag, maybe a gym duffel or something like that, you could bring this to the beach or anywhere else with you, and it makes a lot of sense. And everybody talks about a pistol is just there to buy you time to fight to your rifle, but they don't carry a rifle. That's a problem. It's something you need to think about. So really the purpose of this is just to break down and make people think about what they might want to carry on a long road trip. Again, like I talked about earlier, in today's political climate, you might be more likely to find yourself in freaking downtown Somalia and Black Hawk Down than you are to find yourself needing to bug out in the woods. But that could very well change, and having a few things that are smart to keep in your car on a road trip is a good idea, because the more miles that you're putting down, the more potential that you have for hazard and emergency from weather, from people, from breakdowns. The list goes on. Obviously in here also I have a jack and basic tools and a spare, and if you're not carrying a firearm and a mag and a tourniquet and a fighting flashlight, you're probably doing wrong there as well. It doesn't help to spend all of this money and have all of these fantasies about end of the world situations and spend all of this money if you don't have the basics. Also have a pocket knife on you. I mean, the very foundational things that you need. I could add a bunch of MREs in here, and I probably should. Not how it happened. What would you carry? What did I miss? Let me know in the comment section below. Did it make you think of anything that you had not otherwise? And to wrap this up, you know, carry your firearms, defend yourself, take responsibility for yourself, because nobody else has responsibility for you. No government, no family member has responsibility for you, and that means you not only have the responsibility to carry, but also to train. I hope that you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you in the comment section below.